I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
No, it really is. Like, it doesn't feel like Wednesday to me. This week has kind of been a blur. A lot of stuff going on, both public facing and private. Which is why everything is kind of thrown out of a loop. It's one of the reasons why there was no podcast yesterday. So basically, yeah, I get it. Like a lot of you yesterday were incredibly confused, scratching your heads, wondering what the heck was going on, because a lot of people said, Phil, you seem out of sorts. You seem like you're not yourself. You know, what's going on? And I basically just kind of pushed forward and did my day of streaming, and didn't really care to address it. But today I will, to some extent, again, to the best that I can, because as I keep telling you guys, this stuff that's going on really isn't anything that's public facing nor stuff that you should know about. Everyone has a private life. The problem is I'm a guy who's literally on stream 6 days a week, all day long, and it comes through. You know, I'm not one of these fake people who's putting on this crazy mask or front. You know, when you see me on stream, usually you see me in my mood or whatever's going on. And, you know, this week has been really, really hard, with a lot of stuff going on that I'm just not going to talk about publicly. All right. But it affects these streams in a big way when you see me not acting right, when I'm changing the schedule around and everything. Yeah, it sucks. So here's the thing. It's like, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Okay? And you might say, well, what does that mean? If I had never said a thing that I was going through anything personal right now, okay? And then all of a sudden on a stream I explode and I'm pissed, or I put out a whole stream where I'm sounding like an asshole or whatever, but I haven't explained that this is very much because of stuff behind the scenes and not you guys or anything public facing. You know, that might actually hurt someone. That might actually like upset someone. So I feel it's my responsibility as a creator that every day I'm going to be on this stream that I at least tell you if there's something else going on. So then you can be like, oh, I get it. So Phil's really in a bad mood and that's why he's acting like this, you know. And this, particularly this last week and a half, 2 weeks, has been really bad. Okay. So I just see that it's the right thing to do. If I had completely told you all of my business top to bottom, now that's oversharing. When you guys come to my streams, correct, you want to unplug. You're here to chill. You're here to have a good time. You're here to have a nice podcast and me have some conversation, hear about game news. Then you want to see me jump into a game during the gameplay session and you know, have a hangout session if it's a chill game, or a more intense session if it's a multiplayer game. But in general, you're not here to get wrapped up in the sorrows and the problems of others. You have your own. You don't want to come here and hear a sob story, and I get that. That is definitely something that over the years I have learned from and changed for the better, despite the fact that people on the internet act like everything is universal and can never be changed. I'm sorry, I absolutely have done my best to change for the better and not turn this into the woe is me, feel bad for Phil stream. Okay? So it sucks because it's a tough line to dance on. You'll want to tell everyone what's going on, but you really shouldn't and can't. But at the same time, if you don't mention anything, now definitely people are going to be upset with you if your behavior is different, right? So it is what it is. And that's the thing. People will always speculate about stuff, and they can't. I've heard everything this week. I've heard that Jasper Kitty was sick or injured. I've heard that my wife is divorcing me. You know, taxes are bad this year and they're going to repossess my house. All kinds of dumb shit. Of course, zero, reality to any of that. They're just morons making stuff up constantly like they always do. So it's this simple. All right. There's stuff going on. You don't need to know about it, but it is affecting my content, and there's nothing I can do about that either. And I'm sorry for that. But I hope that you would understand, and hopefully you're still enjoying the content despite the fact that it is being affected. Okay? Um, and then, and the thing is, of course, like they say, when it rains, it pours. It can't just be one thing, then another thing has to happen, then some drama has to happen, then some bullshit has to happen. That's the worst possible timing, and it's like, it all compounds. So not only do I have this shit going on in my life, but then I got to hear about, did you hear about this drama, that drama, this drama? I could give two fucks about it. I've got real shit going on. I don't have to worry about your internet bullshit. Really, it's just so stupid. Why the fuck would I care about all this nonsense you're bringing to my table when I have this immediate heavy shit going on? But then again, I guess if you live in a fantasy world where you think everything is based around stuff on the internet 24/7, you actually think that kind of stuff is more than trivial, and when it's really not. So, anyway, with all this stuff going on, all right, what I'd like to do is get you guys caught up on everything, because I do feel like now we're lagging behind. Like today I woke up and I was like, all right, let's get back into the rhythm of things. But wait, it's Wednesday? It's freaking Wednesday? I feel like the week just started. I really do. Like, I feel like we just began. And like, it's Wednesday. Holy shit. So stuff's been going crazy, right? And in that regard, we do need to get back on track, because when everything is kind of derailed and going all over the place, it's definitely hard to try to maintain the right course and not get confused. And you know me, I'm the kind of guy, I've got that mind. I like to plan everything. I want to have my schedule laid out, and this is exactly how we're doing stuff each day, and we're going to tackle this and tackle that. And I realize to some extent you can't always have everything pre-planned, right? It's true. But I'm the kind of guy that I have that kind of analytical mind, and I want to have everything laid out. So we're going to talk about that today, because things have changed in the schedule a few times already. I want to talk about Monday's marathon, because the Five Nights at Freddy's event, I feel, went really, really well. Was eye-opening for many different reasons, in my opinion. And I basically want to talk about the results of it and what's going to come of it, because some things might actually come of it, which is great. So let's see. Let's cover all this. Basically, we got to talk about everything, right? I'm going to tell you why we didn't do a podcast yesterday. I want to just cover everything. So, all right.